This is Eagle Al, and today I'll be talking about Bryce Huff. Yes, the guy we just signed over the summertime is possibly a trade candidate. Also, we got to talk about Josh Sweat. On Tuesdays, I usually like to give the guy that's not getting enough credit. Lastly, the offensive line is great and it was playing great. But let's get straight into it. All right, man. So before we hop straight into it, a lot of you guys were asking me about AJ Brown. What's going on with AJ Brown? I'm hearing this, I'm hearing that. But according to Adam Schefter, he has a day-to-day injury. So what that means is that he can play against Dallas. My personal opinion, if he's able to play, let him play. But this game shouldn't be close. AJ Brown should not be playing in the fourth quarter. I would say that. Hell, maybe even towards the end of the third quarter. We should be blowing these dudes out. I think we utilize the run game in this game, of course, because it's hard for them to stop the run. But best believe Dallas is going to try to bring their best because they probably feel like if we could beat the Eagles, maybe we could turn this thing around, even with the injuries. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we got to end this game early and let the starters rest and get ready for that quick turnaround against Washington. Because think about it, we got to travel all the way to Dallas. And I think back up to Philly. I think the Washington game is a home game, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a lot of traveling within 4 to 5 days. So again, if AJ Brown can play, let him play. But we got to end Dallas quickly. Quickly. Mind you, Michael Parsons might play. I think Diggs is a little hurt. And then you got CeeDee Lamb dealing with a shoulder injury. Like, they got a lot going on. That Oline stinks. The team stinks. The culture is in the trash. Like, come on, man. We should be blowing these dudes out. And I said this video, I am going to talk about Isaiah Rodgers as well. Just a little bit. I was going to put him in the title, but the Bryce Huff thing came up, which I will talk about, of course. Isaiah Rodgers, a lot of people are like, yo, he played bad. I don't want to hear his name ever again, this and that. I mean, he was targeted 6 times, allowed 2 catches for about 30 plus yards. And mind you, they were both 2 big time catches. It was the one over the middle where, remember, keep him in the AFC, keep him away from the NFC because that guy is that good. But again, I think the situations made him look worse, Isaiah Rodgers. But again, targeted 6 times, 2 catches, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I think a lot of people giving up on him. But I will say this, Slay definitely showed this value because I still think as of right now, Slay got the edge over Isaiah Rodgers. Not saying Isaiah Rodgers shouldn't see the field, like situations where Avonte Maddox came in. You could put, you could get that situation to Isaiah Rodgers when Slay come back. But Slay definitely showed this value. Slay right now is probably still better than Isaiah Rodgers. Now, will Brian Thomas Jr., will he have done that to Darius Slay? Possibly. Possibly. But right now, the best corner on the team is Quayon Mitchell without a doubt. And of course, Cooper is our best slot. I haven't seen Cooper on the outside, so I can't call him that. But those two rookies are definitely holding it down. But let's get into the topics, man. The Bryce Huff thing is really interesting. He played 6 snaps. I don't think he was that bad. It was one play he almost got a sack, but got tripped up by somebody. Not sure. I think it was Zach Bond, if I'm not mistaken. And he went out. Nick Sirianni said he had a hand injury. The media tried to talk to him. He said he don't want to talk. So he seemed frustrated with something, but Nick Sirianni is like, yo, we trying to save him from himself. And then rumors start coming out like Bryce Huff might be a trade candidate, and the Eagles are actually getting calls about him. But let me play this clip.
There certainly is going to be interest in guys like Bryce Huff, who was one of the Eagles' big free agent signings, played all of 6 snaps yesterday after getting his hand apparently banged up in warmups or something. That's a name that I would think is going to get some potential action.
As you see, right, this is a weird situation. Are we trading him? Are we not trading him? And I would be surprised if Howie Roseman give up this quick. I would be shocked. That means a team is offering something we just can't refuse. And if we do trade away Bryce Huff, them big names that we talk about, like Miles Garrett or Max Crosby or something like that, a big name is coming to Philly. I don't see us giving away a defensive end. We just paid and not finding somebody to replace him immediately. You say what you want about Bryce Huff, we're still thin at defensive end, and we're going to trade away our highest paid one. It's going to be something to watch for tomorrow. Besides the presidential, candidates, it will be something to watch. If we trade away Bryce Huff and then the Eagles make no moves, it wouldn't make no sense. It just wouldn't make any sense. But at the same time, I get it because he don't fit the system. Vic Fangio's going to be here for a while. I don't see us firing him. That means Vic Fangio's advocating for him to get out of Philly. Like, he just not going to work. I mean, the temper tantrum things that Bryce Huff have is a little annoying, like not speaking to the media, or he delete all his stuff off of social media, which not really a big deal, but he definitely had these temper tantrums from time to time. But again, I just don't see Howie Roseman doing it after paying him that type of money. But maybe a team take on some of that salary and then relieve us a cap space, and maybe we get somebody. But we don't get anybody. We just trade away Bryce Huff for some picks. That mean, man, they didn't see anything in Bryce Huff at all, at all. So we will be watching because I think the trade deadline is today. I'm not sure. Again, a lot of this presidential stuff going on, so I think the trade deadline is today. So I will be watching, and if something happened, I might shoot a video immediately. But again, Bryce Huff is a name to watch. Guess he's a name to watch. But let's talk about Josh Sweat. I always like to talk about the guy that's not getting enough, love. And Josh Sweat has been playing out of his mind. I mean, I think he had 1.5 or 2 sacks last game. He got a total of 5 sacks, and we going into week 9? Week 9, and Josh Sweat already got 5 sacks after last year only having 6.5 sacks. He's balling. I know Nolan Smith been getting a lot of love. The linebackers been getting a lot of love, which they deserve because they was the 2 highest graded linebackers in the NFL. Quinyon Mitchell, a lot of these guys. We talking about Jalen Carter, but Josh Sweat is being overlooked, and he's been very productive. I mean, looking like the best defensive end on the team. We got to show him love, man. He's been looking great. I wish he was more of a closer because he definitely start the game off. He get the sacks, he make his plays, but you see, like towards the end, he start to wear down just a little bit. But Josh Sweat was all over the field. He made Trevor Lawrence life a living hell because it really wasn't nobody else getting there as much. You will see again Jalen Carter there from time to time. Nolan Smith was non-existent this game. Josh Sweat did his thing. But I know a lot of you guys been hitting me like, yeah, we definitely need another defensive end. Josh Sweat can't be the best one. I'm starting to lean towards you guys' side. Maybe we do need another defensive end. I don't know. Again, like I mentioned about Bryce Huff, he was getting pressure, but he only played 6 snaps. Not sure what that was about. But again, Josh Sweat looked great. He looked phenomenal, and he deserved praise. It can't be ignored how great he has been. I think he got about like 4 sacks in the last 3 games. I could be wrong, something like that, something in that range. But he's been really, really good. Josh Sweat been really, really good, and again, he's just not getting enough praise. And I just had to talk about it. And the last topic is the offensive line. The offensive line was phenomenal. We mentioned about Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, but the offensive line deserved praise. And like even if you look at the PFF list, of course, Zach Bond and N'Kobe Dean's up top. But then you got Mekhi Becton right there. You got Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, all in that top 5 because they played phenomenal. And let's let Baldy break it down.
Eagles came in with the second leading rushing offense in the football behind the Ravens. And Saquon was the second leading rusher behind Derrick Henry. But watch this group go to work. Watch Mekhi just throw this tackle right off the line of scrimmage. Like, it's just movement. Like, the power that Mekhi has is just crazy. How he can just run people. Look at this movement. Lane Johnson, beef jerky down there. Like, it's just one big hole after another. Watch this green wave. This is just beautiful stuff. Like, watch this Kelly green wave, one after another. I mean, Saquon's got so many choices of where to go. Lane tell you, first down. Then you get this. Running just to tee off on people. That's what Lane says it is. They're just running and just teeing off on people. Like, why wouldn't you give the ball to Saquon right there? They're just teeing off. Like, you don't have to keep it. Just give it to Saquon. And then you get this. With 18 seconds to go, or 28 seconds to go in the half, 10-0 game. They're going to run a draw on 3rd and 18. All right, Saquon, the breakaway speed into the end zone. And who's standing in the end zone? Who's standing in the end zone? The first one to cheer him on. The Eagles' all-time leading rusher right there, Shady McCoy. Like, look at that. That's a beautiful scene for anybody in Philadelphia. All right, then you get this. Watch Dickerson and Beef Jerky go at it right here. Watch the power right here. Like, they're just lifting people out. Lane on a pull. Blocking Fred Johnson. blocking right here, Devin Lloyd. And Saquon goes for 13. I mean, it is like, you watch this here, and here comes Gainwell. And then Luaquan right here, right? From Jacksonville, he comes with them. And here they come. Look at the power. Dickerson, Fred Johnson, and there goes Jalen right there. Another rushing touchdown. Cheap shot right there on Fred Johnson. Thankfully, he's okay. Touchdown for Jalen. Another one. Just here we go. We'll just go inside here. Dickerson and Jergy. Look at this movement. It's crazy. I mean, it's one after another. Just a Kelly green wave. I love those color jerseys. Here it is. Look at this. Look at these doubles. Look at the push. Like, even Devontae Smith is down here blocking. And he's even like, they're all getting in on it. Oh, man. When you run the ball like that, like, it just is fun for everybody. Last one right here. How about Lane and Mekhi right here? Watch him just throwing guys out of the club. Just running and hitting. Just like lifting him right out of the club. Tight end's doing a good job in there. Saquon, what a day. I mean, over 1,000 yards total offense. On his way to a 2,000-yard season. And never played behind an offensive line like this. And Mekhi, oh, he feels good about getting back.
That offensive line, man, they deserve praise. They deserve love because they was definitely the engine on that offensive side of the ball. They got things going. They made the pass game look good. The run game look good. And again, a lot of you guys were out on Mekhi Becton. Y'all like, we got to keep Tyler Steen. We got to keep Tyler Steen. He's looking good. And Tyler Steen was good. But I kept telling y'all, Mekhi Becton is just another level. Landon Dickerson, again, was phenomenal. Lane Johnson is Lane Johnson. And Fred Johnson has been playing up to par. He had some hiccups here and there. Again, he's a backup, but he's holding it down. He's looking good. We got Jordan Mailata coming back really soon. But Fred Johnson right now is definitely holding it down. But that's all I got for you guys today. And hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about everything? Will Bryce Huff be traded? That'd be surprising. The O-line holding it down. Josh Sweat looking great. But this is Eagle Al. I'm out.